Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Good evening. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have Sarah Gorda, uh, North Carolina. Okay.
We're not playing Sarah Gorda.
We're not playing Sarah Gorda?
Yeah, we're playing at Sarah Gorda, but West Columbus is playing.
Is this Williams Township?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, we're getting our thoughts together here, guys.
This is mic check. Mic check.
At Sarah Gorda,
calls
West Columbus versus Heidi Trask.
Test.
I'm dead. I can't hear you. Trask, yeah.
Okay. Not Heidi Trask.
Yep.
We can't hear it. There we go.
I can hear him now.
I can hear you now.
Hyde Trask.
Heidi.
Is Heidi a male or a female? Hyde Trask.
Hyde Trask.
Okay.
From
Okay.
Rocky Point.
Yeah. Hyde Trask.
Why would we want to hide Trask? We'd like to find them.
Let's see. From the Trask family. Oh, the Trask family donated the land. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big campus over there, too. I went over
yeah.
there and played softball when they first opened up. It's a nice campus. Nice gym. Split up Pender County. So.
Homecoming night tonight.
Yep. Heard you're singing.
Yeah. I will be singing the refrain from song.
Here comes the band.
Here come the marching Vikings.
Got a couple of cheerleaders behind them. Saw the cheerleaders down there practicing a while ago, practicing some stunts. I'm sure they got something good for homecoming planned. Actually, a couple of those cheerleaders actually played tennis this week.
And how is the tennis team from South Columbus doing?
We're doing decent. We hadn't lost a game yet. Played a very good.
I heard there was a thriller this week.
Yeah, we played East Columbus yesterday. Pretty much to determine who has the number one spot since they beat Whiteville on Monday, and we were fortunate enough to come out with a 5-4 win. But we have Whiteville twice next week and East Columbus, so everything will be ironed out by Thursday in the conference.
By the way, good news, I hear the sausage dogs are on the way.
Sounds good to me. I just hope they bring me a little bit of mustard. Well, you got to have mustard with sausage dogs.
Well, that's the thing is you brought – I asked for the one with mustard last week, and you took the one with mustard and gave me the bland one.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted mustard. I didn't know if that was on your diet.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, everything I've eaten this week, my diabetes doctor's going to get me for.
So, well, actually, mustard's really good because it has turmeric in it.
Turmeric?
Turmeric is a natural herb that pretty much keeps inflammation down in your body. So I actually take a turmeric supplement every night before I go to bed. So and I eat a lot of mustard too. I love mustard.
Who needs Dr. Phil?
No, nobody.
You got Dr. Brett.
Yep. Dr. Phil's just a spin-off of Oprah. You knew that,
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. I was reading something the other day about all the different shows that have spun off from the Oprah Winfrey Show, and it's amazing the number of shows that have actually spun off from that. So, I think was Arsenio Hall part of that too? I can't remember. He was late night, weren't he?
Late night,
yeah. And then Coming to America? No, that was Eddie Murphy.
Well, it's Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
That's right. That was a good movie.
They had a second one just recently.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're still alive.
Yes, they are, and kicking. Eddie Murphy used to be a funny guy.
Hey, I'm excited because the Cowboys are playing the Panthers this weekend, man.
Should be a good one.
1 o'clock. And here's the deal. If you're a Cowboys fan like me, the fact that you're playing the Panthers without McCaffrey, without
right.
J.C. Horn.
Yep. Without McCaffrey, you're right. He's strained quad or something. Strained quad. I thought was what it was.
And the Horn got broken bones in his foot,
Oh, wow. Is that at Carolina or at Dallas?
I've been corrected. Hamstring.
Hamstring. Okay.
I think the quad's in the front and the hamstring's in the back.
I believe so. Yep.
That's obviously somebody who's been to their anatomy class.
Yep. Somebody's calling me from Atlanta. That may be the Falcons calling to see if we can give them a shout-out. Have they won a game?
They did.
They did, okay.
They beat the Giants.
Okay. All right.
You know what that is? That's somebody calling and saying you've been drafted, Brett.
Everybody beats the Giants. Did you see where they retired Eli's jersey?
Yep. I said they did Strahan's a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Well, Strahan is probably a more popular broadcaster and talk show host than
I do like him on a $100,000 pyramid.
He's actually a really good actor. I mean, he can think on his feet, unlike me, but does a real good job. maybe we should be auditioning for something like that. I don't know.
Well, I'm petitioning Kelly for a pregame show for next year.
The Toman Burris show. Sounds good.
But just remember, it's in our contract. We have faces made for radio.
Oh, I thought about you the other night. Guess where I went and ate at in Charlotte Monday night?
Where?
Waffle House, baby.
There you go, baby.
Yeah.
Here's the thing you need to know about. October 14th. You know where I live, right?
Uh-huh.
Right there on that curb at that light.
Uh-huh.
The Chick-fil-A opens up.
Oh, really? Well, see, I heard they couldn't find employees. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
or
they changed owners from the people who originally bought it to build it.
Wow.
And they had to re-interview everybody.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
but that's opening October 14th, literally a quarter mile from my house.
Awesome. Yeah, we actually went and played West Brunswick at the Ocean Isle Park.
And you didn't call me and let me know you were there?
Well,
I would have come.
Well, it was okay. It was a spur of the moment thing because the girls wanted to go to Bojangles, so we go to Bojangles, and of course, the inside is not open. So we don't tell anybody I said that.
And they weren't amused, right?
So they wouldn't serve us, so we ended up having to go to Waffle House right beside there. And I don't know if all the girls have ever eaten there before, but they seem to thoroughly enjoy it. And I had me a scrambled, rambled, and trambled, whatever you call it. Smothered, covered, and scrambled. And, but it was pretty good. I enjoy the Waffle House. My wife doesn't like to eat there because she don't like to eat anywhere it doesn't shut down.
Got you.
So.
Hey, Brett, I can actually see now. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, with your glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's better than me. I can't see out this window here, so at least I got this
Well, it was 105 here last time. That didn't help.
It was hot in here last time. It feels a whole lot better tonight. So I don't know. Standing beside you, it just makes me hot because you're just so good looking. But anyway.
Control yourself, Brett. Control yourself.
If you guys could only come and see the sight that I get to see, standing beside two great-looking guys here.
And I'll stand back so they can see.
It's been a long week at work, guys. I'm going to tell you that. 3 tennis matches away this week, 3 away this week, and getting home at 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and going to have to do the same thing, and going and teaching school every day. So it's been a long week. So.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is time for Friday Night Football here in the Columbus County School Social Media Networks. Brett Burris and Kevin Toman on the Game of the Week. We are live from Sarah Gorda, North Carolina. The Trask Titans traveled down from Rocky Mount. Rocky
Point.
Rocky Point.
Yeah.
Rocky Point to Viking Land to take on homecoming night the West Columbus Vikings. Brett, our second opportunity to see West Columbus in a couple of weeks. West Columbus looks to be turning the corner on their football program. Took it on the chin a little bit last week at Green Sea. Very competitive ball game in the game the whole time. And right now, ranked 13th with the RPI in North Carolina in 1A. Look to if they can get a couple of wins strung together, have a couple of home playoff games. This team is on the rise.
Well, I agree with you. I'm sitting here looking at the past meetings between West Columbus and Trask, and it's showing that Trask has won 6 and West Columbus has won 3. A lot of close games there, except for in 16 and 17. But, those 16 and 17 teams, West Columbus, are totally different than what they are now. And I fully expect a good showing from the Vikings tonight.
I had a chance to talk to the Viking coaching staff, a little bit before the ball game, and they stressed to me, and we had a good conversation about this. They've gone from a team who struggled to believe they could win games, stepping on the field each week, to being competitive and learning how to win. They've learned, and they've started to do that this year. Now comes the next evolution of this team, learning how to take care of games you're supposed to win.
Right. And, last week they played a good Green Sea team, and from what I understand that, even though it was like a 20-point win for Green Sea, from what I'm understanding, the actual game was really a lot closer than that. I think that that they extended the lead there in the last couple of minutes over there at Green Sea. And we know Green Sea's a good team. So if that's any kind of measuring stick, West Columbus is here and has got some, potential, especially here tonight and the next couple of games coming up.
Okay, this week we have the Trask Titans. We're done with the appetizers. Brett, if you like the food references from the last couple of weeks, we're done with the appetizers. It's time for the meat and potatoes, the conference season.
Yep.
I mean, let's go ahead and look at the conference season, and it's all in front of West Columbus right now.
Right. And the good thing about West Columbus, they're opening up with Trask, which is I'm thinking a game that they should win. So they're hopefully get a win under their belt. And then next week they go to South Columbus, which is going to be South Columbus's homecoming. But I think these Vikings think that they can go do a pretty good run through this Walk'em Conference, and then Three Rivers, right?
No, it's Walk'em
Walk'em. Okay, I turned that in.
Yeah,
Okay.
Walk'em out. This is the brand new, the first night of Three Rivers. Now you got me saying it.
I know.
Yeah, Walk'em Conference play. So we're going to take a quick step out. We're going to go ahead for the presentation of colors and your national anthem here on the Columbus County Social Media Networks.
At this time, we will ask you to rise, remove your caps, as the West Columbus Viking Marching Band will play the national anthem.
Okay, we are back, Brett, and you're looking at two teams that really, really can put points on the board. Both teams have a lot of offensive firepower. Talking to the West Columbus coaching staff, they stressed the team that plays defense tonight, the teams that shows up on defense, is going to be the team that wins this ball game.
Yeah, and I fully expect West Columbus to come out with that big defensive line, and and put some stops on this Trask team. Looking at them on paper. It looks like maybe West Columbus can win this game, should win this game, but you never know. It's settled out there on the gridiron.
And that's the thing. We're talking about 1A football. It depends on what happened in school that week, who shows up on Friday night. But there's only 31 teams that are playing high school football in 1A this year, so everybody's getting in the playoffs.
Yep.
The question is, where is your seed going to be, and can you get a couple of home games?
Yep.
And I would love, and I know you would too, to see a couple of home games here in Saragordo this year.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of their goals is to get a home game, because it's especially when you're playing high school football, traveling takes a lot out of you, and if you don't have to travel for your football game, that just gives you an edge right there, and I'm sure that's what the coaching staff's want.
I know you've taken, been on the low end of those seeds sometimes where, when you were coaching basketball, where you're traveling 2 and 3 hours to a basketball game, and you're almost exhausted by the time you get there, and you still got to play a ball game.
Yeah, kids sleep on the way, and then when they get there, they're groggy, and it takes you, at least 30, 40 minutes to get them going back, and then, kids thinking about being in hostile territory or whatever. So, it starts right here tonight with getting seeds, and hopefully you can move to that home playoff spot.
We kept talking about how West Columbus, the fans are back in Saragordo tonight. If you get a chance at some point, take a look at the stands. They're almost packed. Nice to see the Saragordo community, the Fair Bluff community, come out and support these Vikings, because they are a team on the rise.
They are, and when I pull up here and I see the parking lot packed, it just makes you feel good to be from Columbus County and remember the days that West Columbus, used to be strong, and I think they're back to that point.
Absolutely. Again, we talked about this earlier. This is the next evolution, taking that next step into becoming one of those upper echelon programs in this new Walk'em Conference.
Yep. See, we have Jimmy Williams here tonight as the white hat. I actually had the opportunity to coach against Jimmy Williams in several years when he coached softball at Whiteville. And then Jimmy is a really good white hat for North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Gives back. He is a retired state trooper, and just wants to stay involved with the kids. And it's good to see him and his crew out here tonight.
Okay, Trask will receive to start the first half. They'll be going from left to right in the first quarter. West Columbus going from right to left.
Look at that hair, Kevin.
That's a
Zamage? Is that the hair club? It's looking good tonight. Just want to give him a shout out.
Okay.
The All Hair Club's here tonight for
that is actually James Smith.
James Smith. All of them's got the nice do. I like it.
Especially the ones up here in the box. We got the hair club for men down there, and the hair club without up here.
Well, I actually got a haircut this week, so I'm sort of excited about it. My wife actually cut my hair.
That's right. Columbus County Schools brought to you by Propecia.
And my kids, when I got to school, they said, "What happened?" I said, "It'll grow out."
Yeah. Up here in the press box, we are brought to you by Propecia and Head & Shoulders Dandruff Shampoo.
Lord. Marcus Skipper's on listening to us tonight. Shout out to Marcus Skipper.
Okay, we are just short of game time, and here come the West Columbus Vikings. Once again, the Vikings at 2-2 on the year.
I'm thinking the Vikings are, excited about playing defense first because they know that the defense is a strong part of them tonight, and they want to set a precedence with that defense.
I was talking to Lamont Williamson, and he and I both agree the body language is different with these players this year.
Well, you see them coming out of that, the tunnel, as we call it, hopping, throwing their hands up, excited. It's homecoming. They've had homecoming activities all week. I was actually over here on Monday playing West Columbus, and I saw a lot of students dressed up as nerds. So I'm assuming that it was Nerd Day over here. Kids get involved, and it's good to see kids get involved in school.
And according to Kelly Jones, the pep rally was a sight to see.
Oh, really? Cool. Well, next week we have South Columbus. We have those things, and hopefully we can get our kids excited. Yeah. But it's good to see kids get
Kelly and I were having this conversation. It's nice to see the parts of high school that make it fun start to come back.
Yep, I agree. That's what makes it exciting. That's the reason why I wanted to stay in high school all my life.
As a teacher or a student, Brett?
Both. All right, where's he going to kick it here, Kevin? He going to kick it deep? He going to squib it? What's he going to do?
Looks like number 5, James Craven Axelberg, to kick off for the Vikings.
I think he's going to kick it deep. Try to pin him back here,
We saw Craven against Lakewood. He's got a pretty good leg.
Yep.
See, we got looks like number 2, Nick Lanier, back.
Oh, nice kick.
Nice keep. It goes to about the 18. Takes it up around the left-hand side. Cuts back to the middle. Swarmed under. Nice open field tackle.
That's good coverage there. Trask is going to start over on their own about 30-yard line.
Number 65, DJ Bryan on the tackle. Nice open field stop. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans on about the 30-yard line.
Big 51, big 60, 65 on the field. That big line, 76, 65. It's a big defensive line.
Definite size discrepancy if you look at the defensive and offensive lines, Brett.
It's like a double wing for Trask.
Jamel Davis turns it around.
Nothing there.
Right up the middle, and he is stacked for about a 2-yard loss.
51, we called his name before the play started. Comes up with the solo tackle in the backfield.
Zymir McLeod.
Number 51, Zymir McLeod with the tackle for the Vikings. Bring up 2nd down.
I mean, immediately, as we talked about, that big defensive line paying dividends for West Columbus creates a 2nd and 11. Quarterback for the Trask Titans is Jameel Davis, and if he's going to have people in his lap all night. Backside counter cuts it up just a little bit. Maybe loses another yard or 2.
Great job by the defensive line, not going with the flow, staying home, doing what they're taught. That's just good. That's really good coaching right there still. Everybody to stay home and feel your responsibilities. Big 65 stayed where he needed to stay, made the tackle.
3rd and about 14. So again, if you're an undersized team that's playing again, on the road, Brett, 3rd and 2 sticks is, a hard pill to swallow.
That's going to be a motion penalty, looks like, on Trask there. Trask is in that double wing single setback. Look for a lot of counters out of this offense. They're in a passing down here, Kevin.
I mean, you're talking about 3rd and a bunch, and there's just not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 18.
So I guess we'll probably get a chance right here to see Trask's quarterback's arm, number 8. What's his name again?
Jamil Davis.
Jamil Davis, Jr. I like the pink of Trask tonight on.
Pink out. It's now October, so it's time for pink
right.
month. Backside counter to number 5, and that's O'Marion Ennis.
Shook away the first tackler, but everybody checked in and was able to keep him to about a 2-yard gain.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be 4th and about 14, so a pickup about 3, maybe 4 yards. And again, just undersized and outmanned. You can't get behind the sticks.
Yeah. Number 4 for West Columbus, James Smith, was right there to make the play, just didn't break down enough, but his counterparts came and helped him out.
Majay Lowry back deep for the Vikings.
Short punt, Kevin.
Short, low kick.
Out of bounds.
Peter Call goes out of bounds just beyond the sticks at the Titan 41-yard line.
14-yard punt.
Out of bounds around the Titan 40-yard line. Vikings will take over in Titan territory. 1st and 10.
About 14-yard punt, is that what it
Roughly.
was? Okay.
Because it landed just beyond the sticks.
Well, like we said before the game started, West Columbus wants to show their defensive strength, and they did right there. And now West Columbus has got a chance to put it in on their own 40-yard line, or on Trask 40-yard line.
Nice pass to the outside to number 3, Unique Kelly. Kelly picks up about 6-7 yards, actually 6 yards.
We got a flag here, Kevin. I don't know if that was a pick play there or a hold on the inside, but it was thrown at the offensive line.
And talking to Lamont Williams, he said this is what we have to avoid.
Yeah.
This is a game we're supposed to win. We need to avoid shooting ourselves in the foot.
Well, I think last time we were here in Viking land, we talked about how it was really imperative not to, get penalized, and they didn't really have a lot of penalties. But right here, you start out with a 10-yard penalty. I didn't really.
I'm guessing that's a hold.
A hold, okay. I knew it had to be a hold on that defensive end.
Dante Moore, the quarterback. Backside hand shakes off the first tackler. Does not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and about 21.
See, that's why you cannot get behind the chains, Kevin, because you're always chasing.
Denori Mack on the carry loses about 1 before being tackled by the center of that Titan line. Pro set I for West Columbus. Dante Moore back to pass. Nice pass to the outside. Nice catch. Tiptoe through the tulips to Jalen Bellamy.
The screen's a little too far zoomed in. They need to zoom out just a little bit on that so we can see the entire field.
Tiptoe through the tulips. Barely got those feet in. 3rd and 11 after the 10-yard pickup. And I think we're in 2-down territory if you're West Columbus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right here, get 5, 6, and then come back and get another 5 or 6. Jet motion to number 2. Takes it on the outside.
Lowry to the outside. Lowry gonna take it to the house. Majay Lowry to the house. 41-yard touchdown for Majay Lowry. Yeah, Brett and I are not going to talk over that. We're just going to have a dance party.
Well, you know what? They played that same song when I married my wife. So anyway, I'm excited about that. All right, here we go. Going for 1 here.
West Columbus looks to take the early lead. number 33, Ryan Strickland, has it up, and it is good. Our score with 9:05 to go here in the first quarter, West Columbus 7, Trask nothing. And Brett, you couldn't have drawn it up better if you were West Columbus. You get ahead early, and you try to lean on those, undersized defensive and offensive linemen with those big hosses up front.
Well, what happened there, West Columbus just, ran 2, 3 up the middle and just set them up to run that jet sweep to the outside, and he literally went in untouched. Great job stop blocking by the split end over there for West Columbus.
It's the little things that West Columbus is starting to do right more often that's getting them up ahead in these ball games. Come on, let's see if we can get one of these footballs up here, Brett. Once again, James Craven Axelberg set to kick off for West Columbus. Axelberg with the onside kick, drounces up. Just covered up by a Trask defender.
Somebody down for the
man
Titans.
who recovered the onside kick. I mean, he took a lick.
He did, and he did what he needed to do. He's on the hands team. Did what he needed to do, catch it and then go to your knees. But he was hit by a lot of Vikings on that.
There was a lot of blue. East playing up. I'm sorry, that was from a couple of weeks ago. Hoggard playing South Brunswick tonight. South Brunswick would have been.
Has been the dog of the Brunswick County schools, but big win last week. I was excited to see them, coming and get that win over a 4A high school.
Okay, you're set up with good field position if you're a Trask. Is this an important set of downs for you to at least, you're going to struggle defensively? Do they have the capability of running with?
Well, they got to establish some kind of offense to start out here, and like I said, it looks like they're running that. Is that a turnover?
Fumble on the play, and it is West Columbus football.
That's not the way to start your offensive sets.
Nah.
But they're running counters out of the double wing. Look for that a lot, and you're running into the meat of this big defensive line of West Columbus, and looks to me like you probably need to string some stuff out and use the whole field if you can.
At some point, if you're 0-4 and you're giving up a lot, do you need to simplify?
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple from what they're doing, but, like I said, they're running everything between the tackles out some.
Outside pitch to number 22, Denora Happy Feet Mac. Happy Feet is Happy Feet and all the way to the end zone. 52-yard touchdown, Denora Happy Feet Mac.
Toss sweep. Got that toss out there. He took off and ran by everybody. Nice block by a number on this sideline I couldn't catch. I think it was 10.
I think it was 10, and that was Xander Axelberg.
Nice block on that outside.
Strickland looks to make this a 14-point ball game with 8:44 to go in the first. Missed stand on the snap, gets it up, and it is good.
Nice job by the holder there. Bobbled it. Snap was a little low. Circled it around, got it up. Strickland put it through the goalpost.
8:44 to go here in the first. West Columbus already with a 14. Talked about this coming correct, coming and handling business when you're supposed to handle business. And West Columbus is looking like they're doing just that tonight.
Yeah, they looks like they've come to play. I think they're excited. It's homecoming, and they know this is a game that they should win, and they're going to try to go out and get all they can.
Now, having said that, Brett, I do have some bad news for our viewers. Neither Brett or I was named Homecoming King today.
Oh, Lord.
Although I did hear we did win Mr. Congeniality.
Okay. That happens to me a lot in life.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride,
right,
Brett.
Man.
I'm hoping with this window open that we can catch one of these pink footballs today.
Oh.
Deep kickoff. Bounces to the up back.
22 for Trask, brings it up the sideline.
Dances around the corner, gets a good return.
Brandon Meeks there, the defensive back, sophomore for the
Brought
Titans.
down by Bellamy, but not after a good return of about 15, 20 yards.
Well, let's see here, Kevin, if Trask can get something going offensively. They've been sputtering, turnovers. It seems like they're a little bit intimidated by that West Columbus defensive line.
There's a definite size advantage. I mean, you can just see it even from up here. I mean, it reminds me a lot of the South Columbus games we watched the last couple of years where South would just lean on people.
Still in the same offensive set. Double wing.
High snap, brought down well by the quarterback. Picks up about maybe one and a half. It'll be second and about 9. Second about 9 for Trask. I mean, tough right now. I mean, they're just standing stood up at the line of scrimmage. If you get a chance to look at these replays, there's no forward momentum for the Trask Titans right now. Backside handoff to number 22, and that's Brendan Meeks again.
Trask is running everything out of the same exact set. So West Columbus pretty much knows what's coming every time. They're either going to run that counter or they're going to toss it back to the
Meeks takes it back in. Now, correction, that's number 5, Omarion Ennis.
Look at those blue jerseys storm to the football, Kevin. That's something you hadn't seen a lot here at West Columbus over the years, but everybody wants to go in and get a piece.
And I'll tell you something, Brett. I mean, the hustle, we talked about body language, the hustle and football players making football plays here for West Columbus is,
Number 3 for West Columbus just came up. Kurt Newkirk just made a great open field tackle there.
And having said that, you can tell that they've really been coached. And that comes a lot from the youth program all the way up, that these kids have been taught and taught well fundamental football. Nice kick, goes over. Takes a Titan roll all the way down to about the 16. And West Columbus will take over 1st and 10 on their own 16-yard line.
He redeemed himself from that first punt. That first punt was about 14 yards, and I think that one's probably about 45. So, redeemed himself there.
Definition of a shooter's roll.
There you go. You see a lot of people now do that rugby style where they can, go outside the pocket and see where they need to kick it to, and that's been effective for a lot of teams.
Australian rules football, my friend.
Yep.
1st and 10 Vikings, their own 16, 6:30 to go here in the first, already up by 14. I mean, right now, if you're Trask, pick your poison because everybody's getting into the act.
Well, Trask right now has got to work on stopping that outside attack by the Vikings. Looked like some motion there.
Nice kick. Nice turn up inside. Unique Kelly. If you get a chance to watch the replay, the play is designed to go to the outside. It takes a slick turn right up in the inside shoulder of that offensive tackle. He picks up a good 7-8 yards.
West Columbus going to a no-huddle offense here.
I mean, they're already bigger than these guys, and if they get them gas, it's going to be a long night for Trask. Backside pass.
Let's see if they go back to the no-huddle here, Kevin.
Amaje Lowry on the catch, moves the chains, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings on about the 30-yard line.
Yep, no-huddle again.
Once again, West Columbus in that familiar pro set and stretching out this defense because there's 2 linebackers at about 6 yards, and then there's not very many people in the center of that, center of that line. Around the corner he goes, turns it up to about the 47.
23.
Denori Mack, picking up another Viking first down. And
was that 22 or 23?
22.
Okay, 22.
Now, I see what they're doing. They're spreading Trask out. Trask has, the whole secondary covering the receivers. There's 2 linebackers in the middle and 1 safety. And once West Columbus gets to the second level, there's a lot of green space. Back to pass once again to Amaje Lowry. Lowry turns it up, and Lowry is gone to the house. 47-yard touchdown by Amaje. 53-yard touchdown by Amaje Lowry.
Took a little stutter step and then kicked in the 5th gear and took it on to the house.
There are a lot of quick people but Elijah Lowry in the open field is sudden.
See how he kicked it in the fifth gear right there? He saw that open. He said, oh, I'm going to the house.
The ability to change speeds is incredible with Elijah Lowry. We've seen that on the basketball court.
Yep. Kevin, I'm thinking it's going to be a night we're going to have to come up with a lot of stuff to talk about here in the second half.
One of our friend Franklin Davis's favorite kinds of programs.
Because at this rate, it's going to be 50-0 before halftime, which will be fine for the West Columbus home faithful.
Now, we didn't want to bring this up, but this is eerily reminiscent of a lot of the Trask games this year.
I think it sneaked through, Kev.
Just up, just over, and it is good. Our score with 4:51 to go in the first. West Columbus 21, Trask 0. A lot to be happy for if you're a West Columbus fan here in the stands tonight.
As that ball went through the uprights, I saw Dr. Jonathan Williams and Mr. Worley Edwards back there watching the West Columbus football game. So it's good to see our county office personnel and our board members here supporting West Columbus tonight.
And I'll tell you, while we have the opportunity, let's send out our sympathies to the Herring family, son Chad, and the whole family on the loss of our board member Monty Herring last week. And good man, gave a lot to Columbus County.
Big loss for the county.
And it's a big loss, not only just for the Herring family, but for all of Columbus County, because he did so much for the young people in this area.
He did. Hate to see that happen.
Nice deep kick, goes to about the 17-yard line, making his way up, taking down about the 28-yard line.
Solo tackle by number 20 for the Vikings, Tony Jordan there. Great open field tackle.
We're seeing a lot of good fundamental football right now, Brett, and that just doesn't happen. While we have the opportunity, I'd like to remind you that the West Columbus High School is hosting the Youth Football Jamboree tomorrow here at Viking Stadium.
Okay.
I mean, you got the 7-8 division, the 9-10 division, 11-12. If you want to see the future of Columbus County football, it's going to be all $3 to get in. And you get to see some good football. You get to see the future of Columbus County. And you get to see these kids learn some of the great lessons that sports teaches.
Futures game.
Absolutely. Inside handoff. Stood up at the line. And that's number 22, Brandon Meeks.
Yeah, Kevin, just, Trask is running that same little play there. Just got to work on getting that thing to the outside, because you look at that defensive line there if you're looking at it at home. That's some meat going across that front line, and these offensive linemen for Trask just can't block them.
Again, size is everything, and we're still in the first quarter, Brett, so these guys have got to be gassed. High snap.
Oh, Lord.
Quarterback running for his life, picks up a good 2 or 3. I mean, credit, number 8, Jameel Davis, for getting control of that thing, because it was all over the place.
Looked like a hot potato there for a while, and he actually secured it and was actually able to get 2 or 3 yards off that.
His play by the junior, Jalen Bellamy, makes the tackle, but not before a gain of about 2. They'll make it 3rd and 6.
We'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Oh, Pender has come to South Columbus tonight, so Pender County is in Columbus County tonight, both teams. Maybe we can get a score on that South Columbus game here pretty soon. If anybody knows, they can text me.
Drops back to pass. Long throw. Just over the head of the receiver. Nice defensive play by number 23, Cameron Eady. I mean, Cameron Eady almost looked like he was playing receiver on that. But nice arm by the quarterback from Trask.
Well, that's the first time he's had the opportunity to show off that arm there, and just did a good job of getting it down the field and had a man open, but Eady just stepped over and knocked it away.
I mean, you had to look at right when he threw the ball, the size of the defender in front of him. I mean, that's a big man already with his hands extended.
Yep. Look for West Columbus to go after this punt here.
Now, this is an interesting punt formation.
Yeah. There we go. Gets a pretty good roll.
Gets a decent roll, not quite the roll he had last time. Ball's going to be down on about the 39, where West Columbus will take over with 3:08 to go here in the first.
I'm sure right now, Coach West Columbus is saying, "Hey guys, 3 minutes left. Let's put it in end zone one more time for this quarter ends."
Again, now we're talking about learning curve. West Columbus in the last several years, as they're coming back up, had to learn to play from behind. Talk to me about learning how to learn to play from ahead now.
Well, you just can't get complacent. You can't sit there and say, hey, we got this game won. Like I tell all my teams, keep the pedal down. Keep the pedal to the metal and don't stop.
Dante Moore, the quarterback once again for West Columbus. 1st and 10 on the Viking 39.
It's like Cobra Kai, no mercy, especially in the first half.
Moore around the right end, picking and choosing his way, gets taken down after about a gain of 1.
Was that a design play or he missed the
design
handoff?
play?
Okay. All right. Just a straight quarterback keep.
Quarterback keeper.
22 didn't hold his block there long enough, and that's what allowed Trask to come over and make a stop for no gain. Oh.
Okay. He's still going.
That's a clip right there.
That's coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy Feet is going to dance all the way to the end zone, but unfortunately his partner will be back here at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I think everybody in the stadium saw that clip.
I think that's a time, Brett, where discretion is the better part of valor. You see him coming around. You want to make a play. You
maybe
feel
we
like
can see it here. Yeah. You see the kid rolling right there, but yeah, his back was turned. He did hit him, but
you're trying to hit him from the front with your head on the right side. But sometimes it's better to put your hands up and not make that block than it is to make that block.
But you know what? As a coach, you don't fuss about that because you're going hard, you're going strong. You say, hey, just next time, make sure he's turned around. You don't fuss about that as a coach. I think it's a good play. Just
is it a teachable moment? And it's that sometimes it's better to not make that block than to make that block.
Yep.
Because he was already around him, I think.
Yep.
So we go from 1st and 10 to about 1st and 30.
Okay. That was a big penalty. 2nd and 30.
2nd and 30. Backside counter, turns it up, gets upended by number 54 for number 54, Andrew Brock for Trask. Upends him for a gain of about 3. Uni Kelly does not get a whole lot, but just enough to, move him forward.
I'd say look for Cameron Edie to get the ball here and take it on the outside. That's what I'm fully expecting.
I'm figuring either Edie or Lowry. I mean, the passing game is there. They're not getting a lot of penetration. And it is 3rd and quite a bit.
Oh, they are going to go to there.
Just over the outstretched hands of number 22, Brandon Meeks. Meeks would have gone at least part of the way back with an interception right there, but it will be a 4th and about 20-ish for West Columbus.
Looks like we're going to have the first punt of the game for the Vikings.
Not a lot going wrong for West Columbus at this point. You played a field position game. You want to get greedy, but if you're West Columbus, you punt the ball here, and you play defense the way you've been playing defense, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
But you can't complain about 21-0 in the first quarter. I mean,
a good coach will always tell you we can always done something better.
Yeah, and I know Coach probably wouldn't want that that clip back, but I mean that's just going hard.
Teachable moments. Nice punt by the West Columbus Vikings. Takes a roll back toward midfield, be down on about the 49.5.
Is that a new punter for West Columbus, or is that the guy that's been punting all season?
The guy's been punting all season.
Okay, all right. Didn't reckon. I guess I hadn't seen West Columbus punt an awful lot, so.
This is true. I mean, there were a lot of 4-down territory 2 weeks ago against Lakewood.
Here's where, if you're Trask, you've got to establish some kind of position here because you're on the 50-yard line. You've had the best field position all night, and this is where you want to try to punch it in.
Trask, I think, needing, if not to punch it in, at least get a couple of first downs strung together. Inside handoff once again to Brandon Meeks. Meeks stopped at the line of scrimmage.
No gain there for the Trask Titans.
I think you're right, Brett. They're closed in with those two wing backs turned in, and there's just not a lot you can run from that formation against a bigger team. 2nd and 10 once again for the Titans. Nice, beautiful night for football. Not, barely a little bit of wind. Nice, cool breeze going.
You can feel that October has actually came in. This is good October weather. Makes me want to go trick-or-treating. You got any candy on you?
Don't I always? Quarterback keeper on the left-hand side
Ooh,
gets clotheslined around the neck.
That's got to be a flag there.
And that's got to be a flag.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about that is the line judge on this side, who was on top of the play, didn't call it.
Well, I'm thinking he was scared he was going to get hit down low, and he didn't pull his flag out. But that's definitely a horse collar tackle there.
Called face mask.
Yeah, that's horse collar.
Whatever it was, he got a hold of it.
Yeah, that was dangerous there.
2nd and 10 once again now turns into 1st and 10 after the 15-yard penalty.
We are seeing West Columbus have more penalties tonight than what they had the first time we came and saw them. And I think a lot of it's because they're actually becoming more aggressive. So you don't really fuss about penalties that are aggressive, but you don't want to get too many of them.
1st and 10 on about the 34. Backside handoff to number 5, Omarion Ennis.
Gain of about 7. I think that's actually the longest play from scrimmage for the Titans tonight.
2nd and 3 for Trask. And again, they're stringing at least some time together to get that defense off the field.
And probably West Columbus defense is getting a little bit tired here. Their defense has been on the field, probably about 2 or 3 minutes and going hard. So we'll see if that defensive line is wearing down a little bit.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. West Columbus leading 21-0. Brett and I will be back for second quarter action here in just a few minutes on the Columbus County Social Media Networks. Back to second quarter action. West Columbus with a comfortable 21-point lead. Second and about 6 for the, after second about 4 for the Titans. Backside handoff, picking and choosing maybe for 1 or 2. Just tough sledding against that big defensive line, Brett.
That change of quarter right there was probably good for West Columbus because they were looking a little bit winded there, and that gave them about a 3-minute, 4-minute little break there. So, they came up and made a big stop there. So that's probably, went toward West Columbus's favor in that situation.
Third and about 5 or 6 for Trask, definite 2-down territory. But I think, you said it very aptly in the first quarter. They've got to start opening up the offense a little bit if they're going to get around this big defensive line from West.
And as of right now, it looks like Trask is no threat to pass. So, you're seeing 8 men there in the box ready for Trask to run that football.
Split back. Nice toss to the outside by Trask. Tries to turn the corner. Ball taken by number 5, Omarion Ennis. Gets it for –
well, see, that's what I'm saying that Trask has needed to do all night is to, quick tosses around that big defensive line there and just see if West Columbus can stop them.
1st and 10 just outside the 20 for Trask. First opportunity for Trask to put points on the board in this ball game. They've been shut out twice this year, Brett, and they've given up a lot on defense. And right now is a time where the offense just has to help them.
Well, West Columbus is running upfield, and you've got to come up with some kind of offense that's going to punish them for running up the field there, running by plays.
Screen pass?
Maybe, if they got that in their tool belt. I doubt they got it there, but hey, I mean, even that toss looked a little rough. That's a counter to number 5.
Interesting looking counter, Brett. He looked around for the back, wasn't there, had to turn him back around and give it to the other guy on the counter.
West Columbus is doing a great job. They're staying in their position. They're not seeing the ball roll one way and everybody run that way. They've been taught to stay in your position. CBR, counter, backside, reverse is what goes through your head there.
Again, you can tell they've been fundamentally well taught, and a lot of that comes from, like I said, the youth programs all the way up. The opportunity, these kids have been in this program for 3, 4, and 5 years now, and you can tell the attention to detail that this West Columbus coaching staff has put on.
Did you know CBR? That's what defensive ends are taught.
I know CPR.
Counter, backside, reverse. It always goes through your head as a defensive end.
High snap corralled by.
There's that big line of West Columbus, 77-65, getting in there and just making a show tonight.
77, that is Makai McClellan, and 55, Ryder Haynes, doing a great job. I'd like to thank Mr. Haynes. Had a chance to talk to him a little bit before the ball game today. Got some great Jagger Haynes cards today. I'd like to thank him for those. Those are greatly appreciated. I had a chance to know Jagger, Ryder, and Bailey Haynes when they came through Cerro Gordo when I was principal.
Awesome. I was able to pull a couple of autos this week, Bowman Chrome release, and excited every time I see that I get a Jagger Haynes card. I got a story behind it, knowing he's from the county.
3rd and 13 for the Titans. A little confusion on the lineup.
I don't know how you can be confused. You run the same set every time. Oh. Could have been a pick 6 there.
Jalen Bellamy, if he gets a hold of that, he's going to the house. And I think he saw that green and just got a little bit excited.
Kevin, I'm going tall sweep here. I just you've done a good job, getting some offense on the tall sweep. I just see that coming this time. Maybe we'll see.
Nothing lost here if you're Trask to go ahead and take this 4th down and try and punch it in. Great job. You can hear the West Columbus band playing in the background. I mean, this is what makes high school football fun, Brett.
I'm out here dancing, moving to the music. I like to hear that.
Notice he didn't say dancing well, folks.
No.
Big 4th down play. Let's get loud for these Vikings.
Vikings with the lead, 8:46 to go. In a quick-moving second quarter, Brett.
Trask taking a lot of time here. Maybe a delay of game penalty. They got it off.
Quarterback keeper. He will throw the ball. Intercepted and headed to the house. He is going all the way. Amaje Lowry is taking the ball. Looks like 90 yards to the house. Well, let's see where he picks off that ball, but Amaje Lowry to the house untouched.
The momentum was slowed down there, but that just jacks it back up. One block.
That would be at least an 80-yard interception return for 6.
Malik, replay that. Now again. Okay, intercepted the ball on about the 15, so he's figured 85 yards. Ryan Strickland for the extra point. Amaje Lowry, 85 yards to the house with the interception. Picked off the ball on about the 15. Mishandled snap. Picked up by Strickland. Strickland looking to pass the ball deep into the end zone. Intercepted by Trask. Nice play by the defensive back.
Results in an unsuccessful point after will bring your score Vikings 27.
Nice defensive play by number 54. It's not a number you see making interceptions very often. That's Andrew Brock for the Titans.
Well, something went the Titans' way there.
8:30 to go, 27-0 in favor of
All right,
West
Kevin,
Columbus.
got a question for you. In high school football, Can you return that go for
No,
two?
you cannot.
Right. That's different from college and pro, right?
That is correct.
And I think that's just a safety rule there for some reason. I think somebody in NFL this week returned a missed field goal for a touchdown.
Last week.
Last week.
We've only had one game for this week.
109 yards, right?
That is correct.
Because they said the longest reception from a field goal in history and the longest field. Didn't they kick the longest field goal last week?
Yep. 68 yards.
68.
James Craven Axelberg with the boot to the ball takes it to about the 15. Coming around the corner and coming to a sudden stop is number 84, Damori James.
I remember when Mark Mosley for the Redskins used to kick 40-yarders and you thought they were long.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Recognize the West Columbus class of 2004 who are here tonight celebrating their 20th class reunion. Let's hear it for that class of
2001 celebrating their 20th reunion, Brett, here tonight. Now, having said that, that's about how long it's been since you and I were in high school. About 2001 years.
Yeah, yep. One of our great statisticians just told us that a intercepting a go for two in the end zone is not even considered an interception in the stat book. I didn't know that. Yeah.
The things you learn, bro.
Or a pass attempt.
1st and 10 for Trask. Picks his way for about a yard before being brought down.
We learn something new every day. I actually learned something yesterday. You know, I've been coaching tennis for years, and I learned that in doubles that both players can stand on the same exact side while the serving's going on. I had no idea. But anyway, you learn something every day.
2nd and 8 for the Vikings. Looks like they're on about the 31-yard line. Just a reminder, if you get a chance, $3 to get in tomorrow, the youth football jamboree. And you can't say enough about these young men, you know, these young coaches who teach these young men the right skills. And having played, you know, sports all the way through, both you and I, Brett, and knowing the great lessons learned from sports, it's nice to see young men, you know, and women giving back to the community.
And we got a future football player right here standing beside us. Yeah, look at him shaking his head. Awesome.
He's like, don't you know it? Long time in the huddle on 2nd and 8. You can see the back judge is starting to count out a little bit. We're starting to run just short of that 30-second clock.
Still in that double wing, split left.
Split left. Nice big hit by James Smith.
Well, you know, I hate to say this, but, you know, when Trask running backs get the ball, they're sort of running scared because the first thing they're looking for is West Columbus. They're not turning on the jets. They're not trying to get it upfield. They look like they're scared of being hit by that defensive line.
Watch James Smith come up on this play from the outside and just deliver a lick.
Yeah, that's just.
When you're not afraid of making a mistake, you play fast, Brett. And right now, West Columbus just playing a speed faster than Trask.
Yep. And like I said, and we said this earlier, West Columbus defense, you know, is probably the best part of their team. And, you know, that's a stout defensive line there.
6:30 to go here in the first half. Trask facing a 3rd and about 15. Back to pass. Decides to pull it down and take it himself. Picks up a couple yards. Gets it to about the 30. Will make it 4th and about 9.
I don't think this is 4-down territory here, Kevin.
Probably not. Yeah, Jameel Davis wanted to pass the ball, just had nobody open. See him come around the corner.
Well, he gained about 7 on that play, which matches their biggest run from scrimmage so far, I think.
Nice play by Xander Axelberg, one of the leading tacklers for West Columbus, and Tristan Freeman. You know, to stay home and read their keys and stay on the outside and make the play. High snap going all the way back to the goal line.
Oh, my goodness. He kicked it out.
Can't do that. Can't
I think
kick
he
the
tried
ball.
to kick it out of the end zone. It
I
went the wrong way.
think that's what's called, self-preservation.
Okay, Kevin. All right. Anybody out there can answer. If he would have kicked that ball and West Columbus would have picked it up, can they advance it?
Yes.
Okay. Hey.
Now, it's illegal touching.
So you decline the penalty?
No, I'm saying
Would you decline the penalty so you can advance it to the end zone? I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell us.
I think you decline to play because basically the play would be dead right there.
The ball's dead when he kicks it?
That's a good question. I think that's what they're talking about.
Well, no, but they didn't get a chance to advance it. But if they'd have kicked it and West Columbus would have come up with a kick, can they advance that into
I think what they said was it's illegal touching, but he kicked the ball out of bounds, so they're still discussing this.
Does it go to where it's kicked out of bounds?
I don't know. Because here's the deal. If you take the penalty, it should still be fourth down. Shouldn't it?
Maybe. Well, but once he kicked it, its possession changes, right?
You have a penalty, illegal touching of a kick, a ball.
I don't know. Maybe somebody will let us know out there.
Round to the outside, looks to pass the ball, just taking, grabbing for anything at this point, taking outside. Dante Moore, grab a hold of a jersey and ride him cowboy. Where's Franklin Davis when we need him?
I'm sure he'll chime in sometime. He's the one that makes me sound smart. I don't give him credit.
And between you guys out there and Brett and I, he makes us look a lot smarter than we are sometimes because he gives us a lot of info. We got a chance to talk to him, and a great historian of the game.
Yep. West Columbus looking to punch it in here to go up
30 before halftime.
Yeah.
High snap. Dante Moore's going to keep it himself. Take it around the corner. Just gets it to about the
Actually,
5.
I have to give number 2 credit. That was actually a nice tackle. Number 2's probably about
Nick Lanier.
$130, and quarterback for West Columbus is a good about 200, and he made a great open field tackle.
$130 freshman.
Yep.
He's going to take Dante Moore down.
Yep.
And good open field
nice
tackle.
job. I had to give it to him there. He tackled low. Great job by number 1 for the
Doesn't
Young
have
Titans.
to look pretty. It just has to count.
Yep.
Third and about 5. Third and goal from the 5 for West Columbus. Inside handoff, bounces to the outside, and he is
in there.
Ball is fumbled, it looks like.
No,
and it is a touchback.
Looked like he had crossed the plane first. Once you cross the plane, that's a touchdown.
And the official saying no touchback, Brett Burrs.
Did he fumble before he crossed?
As he was crossing, the ball comes loose.
Oh, my goodness.
And it becomes a touchback. There you go. You see it right there.
But was he already across?
That's a judgment call because you see it's basically right on the line.
It comes out there. Oh,
yeah.
We don't have a definite view up here, so.
You can't overrule a judgment call. I saw that on Monday Night Football.
Yep. So if maybe we can get a shot next week down the line. If we had a shot down the line, we could actually tell. But from here, it maybe looks like it starts to come out before he actually crosses the goal line. But only the nose of the ball needs to cross.
So if you're Trask now, that's basically, a 14-point play.
Thank goodness you kicked the ball out of bounds to the 5-yard line. Because you'd have kicked it through the end zone, that would have been a safety. So good job by the kicker from Trask.
Just the way they drew it up, Brett. Just the way they drew it up.
Man, we're getting some crazy stuff here.
Remind me next week.
Stuff I've never seen in my 28, 29 years of following high school football.
That's the one thing about high school sports, and you know this, Brett. You're guaranteed to see something you ain't never seen before. Brandon Meeks with the carry picks up about -1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Never heard that before. Picked up -1. Did you pass algebra?
You know what it was? They lost me when they started putting letters with it.
Yeah, I don't even want to bring that up.
And I want to know who's talking about my ex and why.
My teachers always told me in high school, you better learn this algebra. You're going to use it one day. And I'm like, I'm still waiting, dude. But anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I left my calculator at the house.
Double wing. Split left.
Backside handoff taken. once again, number 4,
James Smith.
James Smith. Smith coming up from that backer spot and making some good plays. He's just waiting for the back to decide which way he's going to go, and he's coming up and filling the hole.
James Smith does a good job of playing that what we call monster linebacker, strong side linebacker. Mike, linebacker.
Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. West Columbus comfortably up by 27. 3rd and 9 for the Titans. And if you're Trask, doesn't you feel like this first half has gone about 26 years?
It's slowed down a lot, you know, but they're actually lucky they're only down 27-0, to tell you the truth, because they've done nothing offensively. I think their biggest gain from scrimmage is 7 yards.
Back to pass.
And that's a who can get it ball.
That's one of those, you know, it's either your guy's going to get it or it's going to go out of bounds.
That's what they call a dead duck.
Sherrod Henderson, you know, with the play, but here's the thing. That's one of those, you expect someone to go pull. 4th and 9 for Trask, and if you're West Columbus, you're looking, you got 2:33, you've got, I think, all 3 of your timeouts, and you're looking to punch one more in before the end of the first half.
You know, I would think West Columbus would actually try to come after this ball here.
Nothing to lose, up by 27. You need Kelly back all by himself.
Because you know he's not going to pass it. There we go. Let's see.
Let's see if he kicks it again.
There he goes. He should have kicked it out to the 5 that time, Kevin. Why didn't you kick it to the 5?
Now, here's the thing. I have never seen a game where 2 balls have been kicked.
Well, hey, you know, maybe his coach will say you should have kicked it out on the 5. I don't know.
Hey, it worked the first time.
But West Columbus does get the ball back and probably going to get it in the same, you know, position.
Worked the first time. It worked the first time. Try it again. 29-0 West Columbus will get the free kick and still have 2:30 in timeouts to burn to try to get the ball in the end zone.
Can the ball be snapped over your head if you have a free kick? So you decline the flag to get the safety.
Yep.
Okay.
So they probably declined the penalty on that previous play. No, the one at the 5.
Yeah,
then you
and
take
took
the ball.
it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That sounds.
This
good
is like that old thing. Remember when we used to watch football in the 80s, Brett, on the NFL Sunday telecast? You make the call.
Yeah, I love that, man. And they go to commercial, and you sit back. Well, let me think. Which way is it? I'd always get them wrong.
That one and the fantastic finishes.
Yep.
Free kick coming from the Titan 20. You got, it looks like Happy Feet back, deep to receive. And an interesting diagonal formation.
Yeah. Well, you can see that. I can't. I'm sort of limited here with this screen here.
Not to mention that Brett is half blind, but.
Not with my glasses.
Have you ever seen a game, Brett, where 2 kicks have been kicked out of the end zone?
No, and I've never seen one where it happens twice in a row. I mean, I don't. It's just been a little weird here. And now the ball fell off the tee, but he's going to kick it anyway. Why did you do that? Why did? Okay, you set it up on the tee. You walk back, it falls over, but you kick it anyway. Okay.
At this point, we all just learning.
At least it didn't go over his head.
Right.
Yeah. So.
I guess he's thinking we were going to squib kick it anyway.
I bet you while that guy from Trask today was going to school, he never thought that he would kick 2 balls playing football out of the end zone and through the end zone.
Right now, I'm just thinking about something else.
Yeah.
Something about kicking 2 balls.
Yeah. Well, and usually that hurts.
Exactly.
And it hurt them. So anyway.
Oh yeah. Officials timeout for chain issue. West Columbus going to take over 1st and 10 on the Titan 41, looking to extend this to a 35-36 point lead, 2.5 to go.
You know, look for West Columbus to punch this in before half.
Dante Moore got everybody, 3 receivers right. Thrown to Amaje Lowry.
Nothing there. No blocking there on that side, Kevin.
I mean, the receivers out there really didn't help him out a bit.
No, they released a little way too early, and then Amaje didn't have anywhere to go. Be a good throwback, though. Great throwback there if they could have put that in there. Throw it to Amaje and then him go deep.
I'll tell you what was wide open. The backside tight end, there was nobody on him.
They may be setting that play up, Kevin. You never know. Because I agree with you. Lamont is probably a lot smarter than me and you.
I put a lot of money on that. Hand off to number 8, Jalen Bellamy. Picks his way up to about the 38. 1:39 to go. Big third down for West Columbus. What do you got for 3rd and 9 on the 39?
I'm going to give it to Edie and let him get it. I mean, that's just me.
I mean, do you maybe take a timeout here, or
Yeah, because you can't save them till second half. But you know, if you've already got something called, might as well go with it.
West Columbus changing up, going to a pro set, and we know Moore. Yeah, Dante Moore can throw that ball a ton. Moore takes it around the left corner. Nice block by Amaje Lowry.
Nice, that was nice.
Picks up the first down, and he will go all the way for a 40-yard.
Down to the 5.
About the.
I thought you had your glasses on, Kevin.
I didn't see it there in the corner.
That's that orange cone there. He didn't get to that orange
get to the
cone.
orange cone?
No, he didn't.
He went all the way for a 40-yard gain.
That's okay.
Goes out at about the 4.
And that's that number 1 there made that tackle again, Kevin. That number 1 for Trask made that tackle again.
We don't have a number 1.
Well, he was number 1 a while ago. What was that kid that made that tackle a while ago?
Number 2.
Number 2, yeah.
Nick Lanier, the freshman.
Freshman, yeah. Yeah. Is that Nick down?
I think so.
Oh. Yeah, he took on that big guy. I mean, he's, you know, Nick
Credit
looks about 130.
Credit the heart of a freshman.
Yeah.
You know, willing to stick his neck out there.
I agree.
Now, if you're West Columbus, you've got plenty of time to – you have your whole playbook for you. What are you looking for? 1st and goal on a 4 with 56 seconds to go.
Toss, counter. I mean, you got the running backs to get it in here. I mean, time is no problem here, 56 seconds. I mean, you got to hold on to the ball, though, Kevin. You can't they're going to be trying to swipe after that ball, but you got to hold on to it going into the end zone there.
Looking ahead right now, West Columbus comfortable at halftime. Let's look ahead 1 week right now, Brett.
Okay.
West Columbus, the border clash, separated by streets down in Tabor and Fair Bluff in that area, against South Columbus. And I think for the first time in a long time, Brett, West Columbus goes into this, next week thinking they've got a real shot to take care of the South Columbus Stallions.
Yeah, probably everybody knows that I'm Stallion, been a Stallion for 28 years and saw a lot of good football. But this year's the year that I got some kind of feeling in my belly that this may be West Columbus's year, because these guys are, excited to play football. That blue's moving up and down the field. And I don't think they're going to be intimidated against that black like they usually are.
We will be at Civitan Stadium for the coverage of West Columbus at South for South's homecoming. So it's going to be an exciting night and a packed house over at Civitan Stadium. 1st and goal on the 4 for West Columbus.
That's going to be
happy feet up the middle for touchdown.
Untouched.
Okay, according to our crack research staff, illegal kicking is the same as illegal batting of the ball. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Okay.
Ours was half the distance from the 4 when he kicked it. Receiving team could pick up and score and decline the penalty.
So, Kevin, if you hit a ball into the outfield and you're playing baseball and a pig comes and runs and eats the ball, what's that called? Inside the pork home run. So, there you go. That's what I know.
South Columbus kicks it. It's up, and it is
good.
Our score with 51.8 to go here in the first half. South Columbus up 36-0. And when it rains, it pours, Brett, if you're the Trask Titans. 36-0.
This is all you could ask if you're a West Columbus fan. Homecoming, beating the brakes off somebody and want to put as many points on the board as possible. Speaking of pork, Kevin, when's the sausage dogs coming?
Good question. I've been told they're hopefully on the way.
Okay.
Talk to the FFA guys. Great FFA program here at West Columbus. Does a great job. And we got a lot coming up at halftime, Brett. I've been told there's some surprises, some homecoming festivities. There's a lot going on here in Cerro Gordo. So if you're out in town and need something to do, come on out and support these young men.
And Kevin and I are still waiting for a pink football. If anybody can get us one up here to the booth, we'd be glad to take one.
In order, we'd like a sausage dog and a pink football, please.
There we go. Let's see if we can get it. Is anybody listening out there?
Brett and I will be autographing pink footballs, but we'll eat the sausage dogs. Ball taken by the up back. He's to about the 38-yard line. Nice open field tackle by number 11, and that is Tristan Freeman.
What do you do if you're Trask here, Kevin?
Take a knee.
Yep. And go get a sausage dog?
Go get a sausage dog and get back on the bus, apparently.
Coach, I heard they had good sausage dogs over there.
I think, the defensive line deserves the sausage dog of the game so far. I mean, offenses look good, but this defense has just come to play.
I mean, and credit West Columbus. We talked about this. This is the next evolution of becoming a quality program, is taking care of business when you're supposed to take care of business.
That's exactly. It's always hard to shut out a team. And, West Columbus today, biggest play from scrimmage is 7 yards, and they're just, the team to beat defensively, I think.
Quarterback keeper around the right-hand side. He'll gain about 3, and looks like, Trask content to run this half out.
When does East Columbus and West Columbus play? Do you have any idea?
Same night as Whiteville, South Columbus.
Okay. Now, which game do we have?
Whiteville, South Columbus.
Okay.
Now, we have changed our game on the 15th. We will no longer be doing the Whiteville game against West Columbus. We are now doing Pender at East Columbus.
Okay.
Time ticking down here at the end of the first half. I've been told we have a special presentation at the end of the half.
Okay.
Once again, this should be the last play of the half. Backside handoff. He'll take it, and that will be the first half of football. West Columbus with a 36-0 lead.
There's halftime.
So at this point, we're going to keep the action right here.
We got Whiteville 49, East Columbus 0, 147 left to go in the first.
Once again, we have homecoming festivities. And if you're down there, can you bring us a sausage dog?
On the left-hand side. Somebody really supposed to bring us a sausage. Everyone back there in front of the stands on the left-hand side is make room for the homecoming board.
If you want, I'll give you some money. You can go down and get us a couple of sausage dogs.
I got money. I didn't know somebody was
going to say. No, you took care of me last time. I want to take care of you this time.
You know what, with me?
I'm going to take care of you. 2 dogs a month.
2 sausage dogs a month.
And at this time, Ms. Colquitt will be presenting the special announcement.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this evening for our Viking 2021 homecoming and our halftime festivities. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special presentation. At the 50-yard line, we have Principal Mr. Jeff Green, our head football coach, Coach Lamont Williamson, our principal intern, Miss Brittany Ford, and our very special honoree tonight, Denari Happy Feet Mac. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a round of applause.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm supposed to be here. I have
We
to
are
mic
here to
on.
honor Denari this evening.
because he has the community of West Columbus High School proudly recognizes Denari Happy Feet Mac for being selected to play in the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. Please stand, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand and give Denari Happy Feet Mac a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to the entire West Columbus community that provided financial support to help make sure that Denari Happy Feet Mac reaches his goal to play at the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. Thank you so much for your support, and again, congratulations, Denari Happy Feet Mac. We're proud of you and we love you. Good job!
That's my baby.
He is.
Hey, babe.
He's a good one.
Yes, he is. If you had to leave me down.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. West Columbus High School would like to welcome you to our homecoming festivities. Tonight is sponsored by West Fraser Armor Mill. The plant manager is Bruce Eby and plant superintendent Timmy Richardson. If your representatives from West Fraser will please stand at this time. Please welcome to the field, Olivia Brown, President. Jaden Strickland, Vice President. John Fulton, Chaplain. Lila Bullard, Secretary. Seth Enzer, Historian. Kinley Nance, Reporter. And Kellen Jarvis, Treasurer. Thank you, SGA. At this time, the 2021-2022 homecoming contestants will be escorted onto the court. Parents, guardians, faculty members, and loved ones will be escorting the contestants. Contestant number 1 is Troy Wade Green. He is the son of Wade and Lorna Green. Troy is from Cerro Gordo, North Carolina. While at West, Troy has participated in baseball, soccer, AIG, Beta Club, Viking Volunteers, and is a marshal. His hobbies include sports, hunting, video games, and lifting weights. After graduating, he plans on attending UNCW to major in accounting. He also plans on pursuing a career in this. Contestant number 2 is Nakis Lemire Johnson. He is the son of Mark Johnson and Joanna Locklear. Nakis is from Charlotte, North Carolina. He has been involved in basketball, football, baseball, Beta Club, AIG, Viking Volunteers, and also is a marshal. His hobbies include basketball, video games, lifting weights, and he also has a part-time job. After graduating, he plans on attending UNC Chapel Hill to major in pharmaceutical sciences. Contestant number 3 is Amaje Alvin Lowry. He is the grandson of Jeffrey Goodman and son of Courtney Goodman. Amaje is from Fair Bluff. Amaje has been a part of football, basketball, baseball, and volunteer with our Viking Volunteers. His hobbies include video games and watching movies. After graduating, he plans on attending A&T to major in sports medicine. Contestant number 4 is Denori Mack. His mother is Stephanie Bradford, stepmother is Brittany Bradford, and his grandmother is Joyce Campbell. Denori is from Chadbourn. He has been involved in football and track. His hobbies include football, video games, and working out. After graduation, he plans on attending WCU for business and engineering. While at college, he wishes to continue playing football. Contestant number 5 is Antonio Dale Odom. He is the son of Anthony Frank and Fifi Odom. Antonio is from Chadbourn. He has been involved in football, track, Beta Club, and Viking Volunteers. His hobbies include sports, video games, and lifting weights. At this time, he is undecided as to which college he would like to attend. However, he wishes to continue playing football and would like to major in sports medicine. Yep. I mean, that's it. It's got their antenna and that's it. And now for your queen contestants. I thought Unique was left out. My bad. I was saying I didn't have him on here. Contestant number 1 is Anila Ann Bellamy Bullock. She is the daughter of Lorenzo Bullock and Giovanna Bellamy. Anila is from Cerro Gordo. She has been involved in varsity cheer, Beta Club, Viking Volunteers, yearbook, and is a marshal. Her hobbies include making chocolate-covered treats, watching movies, working, and shopping. After graduation, she plans on attending UNC Chapel Hill to study nursing, but may change her major upon her arrival. Contestant number 2 is Olivia Brown. She is the daughter of Jonathan and Sabrina Brown. Olivia is from Evergreen. Olivia is the current SGA president and has participated in Viking Volunteers. Her hobbies include basketball and football. After graduating, she plans on attending Central University and will decide her major at a later time. Contestant number 3 is Ashlyn Jade Burney. Her mother is Tanya Ward and stepfather is Brant Bullock. Ashlyn is from Chadburn. She has been involved in Beta Club and Viking Volunteers. Her hobbies include shopping, working, and spending quality time with her family. After graduation, she plans on attending UNCP to obtain her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. Contestant number 4 is Brooke Dyson. She is the daughter of Jeff Dyson and Grace Walters. She is from Chadburn. While here at West, she has participated in cheerleading, volleyball, and softball. Her hobbies include sports and painting. After graduation, she plans on attending Southeastern Community College to take classes that will help her obtain her real estate license. Contestant number 5 is Savannah Dawn Lilly. She is the daughter of Robert and Evelyn Lilly. Savannah is from Evergreen. She is a part of the women's basketball and softball teams. Her hobbies include spending time with her family and friends and hunting. After graduation, Savannah plans on enlisting in the Army to become a field medic. Contestant number 6 is Bailey Brooke Nance. She is the daughter of Michael and Shantae Nance. Bailey is from Evergreen. Her extracurricular activities include Beta Club, AIG, Viking Volunteers, and she is the captain of the varsity cheer team and is a marshal. Her hobbies include spending time with family and friends and dancing at Amy's Academy of Dance Arts, which she has done for 15 years. After graduation, she plans on attending a 4-year university with North Carolina State in mind. At this time, she is undecided on her major. Contestant number 7 is Carla Victoria Rogers. She is the daughter of Daryl and Mindy Rogers. Carla is from Evergreen. She assists with our yearbook here at West. Her hobbies include reading, drawing, and video games. After graduating, she plans on attending either Appalachian State University or the University of Tennessee. She hopes to pursue a career as either a pediatrician or an author. Contestant number 8 is Alyssa Grace Strickland. She is the daughter of Jeff in varsity cheer, Beta Club, AIG, and Viking Volunteers. Her hobbies include singing at church, babysitting her niece and nephews, and spending time with her family and friends. After graduating, she plans on attending UNC Chapel Hill to major in physical therapy. At this time, please welcome our principal of West Columbus High School, Mr. Jeff Green. Vice Principal Shelley Cullifer. 2020-2021 Homecoming King Ethan Brown and Homecoming Queen Erin Griffin. And now, your 2021-2022 Homecoming King is Antonio Bubba Odom.
Honey, can you say the queen? Oh, weak. Hold up. I'm trying to let you see.
It's blurry.
Hold up. When you want to look at her, you look just right there. Okay.
And now the 2021-2022 Homecoming Queen for West Columbus High School is Olivia Brown.
Oh, she's crying. Okay. Is she crying? Oh. Bye, Sean, because I'm not going to be able to hear you, honey. Okay.
Let's give Antonio and Olivia a large hand of applause. And also, we'd like to thank everyone else on the homecoming court.
Back from the half here at Cerro Gordo. Vikings up 36-0. You know, at the end of one half, Brett, we got a quick South Columbus score. South Columbus leading Pender 14-0, and all going great in Columbus County.
Yeah,
14-0 over Pender.
Pender, you know, only with one loss, and you know, South Columbus has been struggling a little bit here lately. But you know, you always knew South Columbus, you know, had it in them. It's in the blood, and you just waited for them to, you know, start playing. And maybe tonight is that night that they come out and, you know, show what they got.
And South Columbus, you know, with the early adversity of not having those first couple of games, finally playing their way. And I'm looking for a barn burner next week over at Civitan Stadium.
And, you know, like I said, South Columbus is starting a freshman quarterback. You know, and every game he's probably going yeah, it's going to be a good one next week. But, you know, like I said, West Columbus in control here, 36-0, and looking to extend the lead, receiving the ball here going into the second half.
After enjoying my sausage dogs, I'll give you that football analogy once again, Brett. The appetizers are over. It's time for the main course, and that's conference football here in the Waccamaw.
And the Waccamaw's looking pretty good this year so far, so, hey.
Nice deep kick. Goes all the way to the 20-yard line. West Columbus going to take the ball, look to turn it upfield.
Oh,
and
man,
he
nice
will
move.
go 80 yards for the West Columbus score. One man to beat, and he gets him down at about the 15.
The kicker's done it all tonight, Kevin. I mean, he kicked 2 balls out of bounds, saved a touchdown. I mean, and makes a tackle here at the end to save a touchdown also. So
I thought for all the world he was going. And just at the end, he gets that push. He's looking around. He thinks he's got open field.
yeah, I don't think he failed him behind him there. Kicker done a great job there. Number 30, give a shout out to him.
John Roberts not giving up on the play, saves a West Columbus touchdown.
Not to get that confused with Supreme Court Justice John Roberts.
You never know.
Yeah, might be his son. Senior kicker, though, you know, he's got some good experience out there.
But, yeah, but you can't teach a kid heart. And the young man, down 36, did not give up on the play. And that says a lot for the young man.
Yep. I'm sure West Columbus coach probably has something to say about that. Got to go hard till you get to the pay dirt. That's going to be movement on number 52 for West Columbus there.
But get to his credit, he did get off. He did get to his block quick.
He knew who his block was, and he was going to him. So, you know, sometimes you don't fuss about those kinds of plays because it's an aggressive play, and it really don't hurt you in that situation.
Okay, 1st and 15 for the Vikings. Ball now spotted on about the 20. And, again, right now, teachable moments. You got the game well in hand. If you're West Columbus, I think the thing right now is you've got a big contest at Civitan Stadium next week. Don't get bad habits. Play solid, aggressive Viking football, and, you know, look strong going into next week.
And, you know, what's going to be big for West Columbus is, to stay healthy, to stay away from injuries. I mean, you're up 36-0. You're not going to hopefully do anything that's going to hinder you from getting to that South Columbus game next week. You know, coach will probably put in some subs here just to save some reps for these starters for West Columbus, because they've got a crew on the sideline that they could actually put some kids in. So, you know, you don't want to look past the game, but you're starting to think South Columbus here in this
Pick up a one by Lowry makes it 2nd and 14 for the Vikings. Once again, the clock, the friend of the Vikings now.
Jet motion, number 2, fake handoff.
Dante Bellamy picks it up just off the hands of number 3, Unique Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly will be thinking about that tonight when he lays down.
I mean, maybe just a tad behind him, but definitely a catchable ball by Unique Kelly, who had inside position on the free safety.
Ran a great post pattern to the middle of the field there. A post is when you go and you cut to the field goal post, and then a flag is cutting out to the corner.
3rd and 14 for the Vikings, once again still on the 20-yard line.
Look for him to throw it again here, Kevin.
Definite 2-down territory for the Vikings. Moore back to pass once again, steps up in the pocket. It is up, and it is caught.
That's why you have 2 receivers there, Kevin.
Amaje Lowry with a 20-yard touchdown reception. The Vikings go up 42. You didn't know who that ball was going to. It went through the first receiver's hands right into the second receiver.
And he'll tell you that he was going for the guy in the end zone, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Amaje Lowry with a 20-yard touchdown. And Dante will tell you that's who I was throwing it to.
Nice pass, though. West Columbus going up 42, trying to add one more. Strickland having a big night, kicking the football, see if we can add another one.
Strickland with a unique special teams evening. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Our score with 10:19 to go here in the third quarter. West Columbus up 43-0. I'd like to thank the viewers who called in to aptly, talk to Brett about, downing algebra. Math is very important in Columbus County. We got some great math. We got great math teachers in Columbus County, and I heard that you had a special caller who reminded you that social studies and math are on equal footing in this
They
county.
sure are. I agree with you 100%. Kevin, I was just making a joke, man. Algebra is the key to everything. Math is something that exercises your brain. I was not that good in math. I was always good in social studies, so that's why I followed the track of social studies. My brother, by the way, though, is an aerospace engineer. Math has led him to that job, and he makes really good money doing that, even though he's smarter than me.
I hear you're doing a lot of new techniques. I hear you're doing a lot of blended learning in social studies this year.
We're trying that blended learning. I'm a teacher that is, old school and, with discussions and stuff. But listen, I got a tool belt, and I try to use as many things as I can teaching school.
Running for his life is a Titan up man. Gets out of 2 or 3 tackles. And when that happens, usually there's going to be flags on the field, and we got a hold call, and it's going to take the Titans further back. I'd like to give a shout-out to the great folks at CCCA. They held a wonderful college fair on the campus of Southeastern. First college fair I've ever seen outside, Brett.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the schools had college fairs in Columbus County. I know South Columbus had it this week. And, I think actually – all the colleges visited all of the high schools on, was it Tuesday or Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. Let's give a shout-out right now, Brett, to all the great guidance counselors, and all the great folks who work in the support services for Columbus County Schools. Do a great job of really affording our young gentlemen and our young ladies some great opportunities.
Yeah, they do. They do. That's the unsung heroes of the school system, is trying to get the kids where they need to be after the high school career.
1st and 10 Titans on the 15-yard line.
Titans still in the double wing.
Missed handoff. Quarterback has to keep it himself and run for his life. He'll pick up about maybe 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, not much there. Again, that defensive line starting off where they left off in the first half.
Davis, Remy's a solid young man. He's made some good heads-up plays. It's just not a lot of daylight for the Titans tonight.
Looks like West Columbus is probably, 200 or more on that defensive line. That's a stout defensive line there, Kevin.
I remember 200 many years ago.
I've actually lost about 5 pounds. I've been running here lately since I found out I was going to have a baby and was going to be 70 when she graduated.
No, wait a minute.
I'm not going to have a baby.
Who's having that baby?
Yeah, I'm not going to. I feel like I am sometimes.
I'm sure Sean's going to call here shortly and say, Brett, you're just along for the ride.
I promise you she's not listening. She's probably asleep by now. She likes for me to go to these games so she can get rid of me.
Brett will gladly tell you his job is to keep the 3 young ladies at his house, and soon to be 4, happy.
Yep. That was my calling. I have a mission in life.
And
to teach the minds of tomorrow. Yep. The down-the-middle, conservative, moderate view.
And having said that, Brett will be running for office here shortly. I hear you're running for school board.
It's amazing the number of parents that listened to me last year and would come up to me and say, man, you taught me a lot. So I really feel good about that.
Backside handoff, dumps it up in the middle. That's number 5, Omarion Ennis. He picks up a couple, and it's going to be 4th and about maybe 2 for Trask. Every time I say Titans, I want to say, Tennessee or that group from Remember the Titans.
Remember Titans, yeah. Sunshine.
Yep.
I remember that. Great movie. Great social studies movie.
Oh, yes.
Civil rights. segregation. I use those ideas in my classes all the time.
I'm more of a Hamilton fan, even though it does.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Hamilton. Can you believe it?
It's on Disney.
I know, but I still haven't. My students tell me about it, and I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it glosses over a couple of facts, but it's great musical theater.
Well, I mean, I'm still stuck on, like, the Little Mermaid and all. That's what my kids watch. So whatever they watch is what I have to watch.
I'll send you a copy.
Are they going to get it, Kevin? Looks like they got it.
4th down in your own territory and about the 20, and you go for it. Why not?
What else can you do there? You know, you're right. You got to get something going. You know, West Columbus has shown that they are the defensive team, and they you know, made the first down.
Just a reminder, we are now at running clock. West Columbus up 43.
That's exactly runs. Is it 42 or 40? Starts running.
I think it's 42.
42.
Yeah, when's the last time that you remember a running clock at a West Columbus football game?
It's been a while. I mean,
on this end. Yeah. That might have been the day when Jeff Axelberg played out here.
Quarterback's tying his shoe there. Never seen that either. Have you ever seen a quarterback tie his shoe in the shotgun while he was waiting for the snap?
Hey, if you have the time, why not?
There you go.
4:30 to go in a quick-moving second half. Once again, we are under a running clock.
And you'll probably see West Columbus start to sub in some of their players here, trying to get some of their secondary people some reps on the
again,
field.
We talked about this a few minutes ago. West Columbus right now content to even give up a score or two, but to get out of here and get out of here healthy.
Yeah, that's big right now. That's what you're looking for.
Not only that, but West Columbus, without a JV program this year, you know, getting a chance to get these young men who don't get a lot of playing time some opportunities. Back and forth he goes like a pinball machine. Looks like he's got first down yardage, and that's once again number 8, Jamil Davis.
Yeah, he beat 2 or 3 tacklers, but just ran into a sea of blue there.
I'll tell you, I like Davis. I haven't seen a lot from the running backs from Trask, but Davis is a nice, solid little ball player.
And I'm still thinking that the longest play from scrimmage for Trask is 7 yards. I mean, they've had a couple of 7-yard plays, but I don't think anything over that.
Unfortunately for Trask, I mean, they're so undersized at this point. You have to think and dodge and work your way down the field, and they just don't have the horses to pick up big chunks of yardage, and they run out of gas.
Yep. And I think they've ran the same exact formation the whole game.
Again, something you very rarely see in high school football. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe 2, be 2nd and 8.
I did have about 12 years as a high school football coach. Coached under Jack Holly and Joy Price, and I did learn a little bit of football. Coming from Williams Township, I was never able to play football. We just had pretty much basketball and baseball. But once I started coaching football and learned about it, I wish I would have had that opportunity. So, you know, we were a small school, you know, 1A, K through 12 in one building, and something I always missed out on was being able to play football.
2:20 to go here in the third. West Columbus comfortably ahead, and Trask just content to stay with what brung them and get out of here quickly, they hope. Hand off to O'Marion Ennis, and it stopped just at about the line of scrimmage.
And because of this, guys, you may hear some extra stories from Kevin and I about, you know, old times and stuff like that. We just try to fill up some airspace here.
You talk about old times, Brett. I just talk about old.
Well, hey, you're doing good.
I will be 50 years old this January 4th.
And you got a brand new back, so you're good to go.
Brand new back, brand new neck. Just had the leg procedure. Want to give a shout out, if you don't mind, and I know the bully pulpit here, to my wife. My wife Diane, who we've been with for 25 years, had her knee replaced this week and doing so great coming out of the surgery. The day after surgery, she did a flight of stairs there at the hospital, and she's really doing well. And I'm just really, really happy that she's finally getting out of pain.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Kevin. That's going to be awesome over the next years where she can, do things that she hadn't been able to do. Oh, escape that quarterback sack there.
Escape the first one. The one that was going to be a hard hit.
Are you going for it here, Kevin, or are you going to punt it away?
Why the heck not?
Well, we'll see. Well, I mean, every time you've tried, well, a lot of times you tried to punch, you snapped it over their head, so you might as well.
At some point, you might as well, right?
Yeah. We'll see.
Once again, next week we are at Civitan Stadium.
That means I only have to drive like 5 miles.
Yeah, and it will be a slobber knocker because West Columbus coming in with all kinds of confidence, Brett. What do you look for? Give us a little preview of West Columbus at South Columbus.
Well, like I said, they're both really good defenses. So I'm assuming we're going to probably see a lower scoring game next week because both defenses are really, really good. I don't think you'll have an offensive shootout like maybe you've had in years past. I think West Columbus is going to keep South Columbus probably under 28 points, and we'll see what goes from there.
So, I mean, great football coming up. We got West Columbus and South Columbus next week. The end of the third quarter is upon us. The week of the 15th will be at East Columbus for the first time for Pender at East Columbus. And hard to believe, but we're already getting into the later end of the season. And, I mean,
it is
October is upon us.
Yep. October means conference time. Then November means, playoff time. So, and also October means trick-or-treat candy too,
Exactly.
I look forward to that. So, and homecomings, church homecomings too.
Brett and I will be, going in our favorite Halloween costume is educated teachers and sports announcers.
My wife always wants me to dress up for Halloween, and I always say I'm dressing up as a coach this year. So,
I'm going to dress up like Franklin Davis, and you got a choice. You can either dress up like Kelly Jones or Deanne Meadows.
I don't know. Maybe I had to think about that, Kevin.
That's a toss-up there.
Both role models of mine.
There you go. Brett angling for that raise. I'm still.
No, I don't need a raise, Kevin. I get paid with just gratitude. When my kids come back and say,
in which case you can hand over your check to me.
We know it's not about the money. You can believe that. It's like I said, you never work a day if you enjoy what you do.
Backside handoff on 1st and 10.
Nice move by
Ducks
23.
and dodges to number 23, and that is Cameron Eady. Eady picks up about 7 or 8.
I think he juked so much he lost his shoe.
Wow. When you juke so much, you juke yourself out of your shoe. That's impressive.
I used to be that quick. Back in my first
life. I was that quick. Right to the front of the buffet line.
Speaking of buffet, I hadn't had a good buffet lately. Oh, and Smithfield's opening up soon in Whiteville, and I'm hearing that Chick-fil-A is going to open up in Charlotte.
A quarter mile from my house, Brett. They're opening up on the 14th.
Well, you better go ahead and get you a check written to go there then. Eat breakfast, lunch, dinner there.
Pass out to number 3, Unique Kelly. Kelly ducks and dodges, picks up first down
He's
yardage.
fighting for it, Kevin.
He's got it. He's going to move the chains. Once again, 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Deep once again in
the officials calling to run that clock. Run that clock.
You know what it is? They heard they're running out of sausage dogs.
That may be what it is, Kevin. And speaking of sausage dogs, me and Kevin, well, Kevin ate 7, I ate 1, but anyway, they are good.
Hey.
He didn't eat 7.
You know what it is? I'm telling you right now. If I'm going to publish them, if I'm going to hand off to Edie.
If you're going to hand off to Edie?
No, what I'm saying is if you're going to promote a product, you better make sure it's a product that you use.
You got to know the product.
I got to know the product. What I was doing was charitably could be described as quality control.
And, I talked to him when I went down there, said we're giving you shout-outs, and said, yeah, we heard. And I said, well, we're still waiting for our extra sausage dogs. So I'm sitting here waiting until they bring me one, Kevin. So you may have to get me here next week.
Okay. Yeah, you know what it is? You can get your sausage dog here, take the team bus over back to South. Now, Brett, I know
I did hear they were running out sausage dogs.
Yeah.
So.
No, I will tell you this much. Brett has got a busy week. He's got a couple of big tennis matches.
That's exactly right. I have Whiteville twice and East Columbus once, all at home. And this week will determine the Walk-em-all. Is that right? Walk-em-all Conference champion. We had a big win against East Columbus yesterday. Shout out to East Columbus. A really good tennis team. We were fortunate enough to come away with a 5-4 win there.
Pass rolls incomplete, It'll be third and about 7.5, 8 for West Columbus.
And I heard that West Columbus got a big win over South Columbus in soccer. Was it yesterday?
Hard to believe that we're already in the deep part of the school season, and report cards coming out the 22nd, Brett. We got the end of the 9 weeks on the 15th.
Thank God I've got all my grades in and ready to go in Power School.
And good opportunity. We're about a quarter of the way through the school year to get out, talk to your kid's teacher, find out what's going on. The best way to help get these kids to, get a good quality education is to get involved.
That's exactly right. Being involved in high school makes your high school career a whole lot better. Get involved with your sports and extracurricular activities. Over at South Columbus, we have the Stallionettes. We got a final Whiteville 62, West Columbus 0.
East Columbus
0. We'll try to get you guys a South Columbus score here.
Last score we had for South Columbus was 14-0 in favor of the Stallions. Timeout on the field. We got 8:35 to go here in the fourth. Once again, we are under a running clock. Once it starts, it will not stop. Third and about 8 from the 23-yard line.
Kevin, I see Miss Tasha's up here getting our money ready for us tonight for our pay. So, great cheerleading sponsor here for West Columbus. Yeah. She's going to give me a 20.
Pitch to the outside, so we'll try to round the corner, pick up decent yardage.
Who's that, Eddie there? Edie. I say Edie.
Yeah. Quality program here, cheerleaders for West Columbus, constantly going to state and national competitions. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you think that just the folks we see on the field are athletes, these cheerleaders do such a fantastic job, and they are every bit the athletes the kids on the field and on the courts are.
They sure are, Kevin. We've got some great role models in this county, and, the school systems have a lot of good people in it.
Absolutely. If you get a chance, come out and support these kids in whatever it is they're doing.
And I'm excited to see a huge crowd over here at West Columbus tonight.
Number 1, Dante Moore with the keeper. Holding against the Vikings, so we'll do this over again. But, again, nice to see the crowd start to come out. There used to be a time 4 or 5 years ago where you go to a West Columbus game, there'd be more folks in the visiting stands than the home stands. And I'm telling you, it's turning around. It's back to the glory days of West Columbus football where this whole community would come out every Friday night and support these Vikings.
Yep. Like I said, it's a community thing. School is the heart of the community. And if you can get your athletics going and then your academics going, that shows a lot for the community. And West Columbus does a great job over here academically. We hear some good scores coming out of their schools, some good teaching coming out of their schools. So, West Columbus is on the up and up.
You can say that about all the county schools. Really, the high schools are doing a fantastic job really spotlighting these kids and making sure they're ready to go on. And I've heard it said several times, and one of the things that is really promoted by Deanne Meadows and her staff at the central office is a Columbus County education is an education that will make you competitive anywhere in the world you want to go.
Yep. And I can attest to that. I've had a lot of
wide open. Just complete.
I don't think there was anybody on him on that split end position.
If he's able to keep his feet,
But I have a lot of students that come back and and say, hey, you taught us an awful lot, and I'm sure they come back and tell the other teachers at South Columbus and other counties around here, in this county, the same thing.
All by himself is number 3, Unique Kelly, and if he's able to keep his feet, he goes into the end zone.
Looks like they're going to punch it in again here, Kevin.
Hand off to Edie. Around the left side, strings it out, and he will go into the end zone.
No denying that, Kevin.
Cameron Edie just kept finding real estate to his left, and he goes into the end zone, and we get a 49-0 lead.
And he's only a junior, Kevin. He'll be back next year for another stint.
I'm looking at this West Columbus roster, and I'm looking at Moore's a junior, Kelly's a sophomore, Axelberg's a sophomore, Edie's a sophomore, Denori Mack's a junior. Right. This West Columbus Viking lineup looks like it's going to be strong for a couple of years.
Yep. They called it back. Hey, we need a pink football.
Yeah.
I need a pink football.
You think you can get one in this window?
Yeah.
All right, see what you can do. The kiddies back home love them. And the only thing they got is South Columbus.
It's a bad time to mention you're on a live mic, Brett, and you're trying to negotiate.
Yeah, 50 years old with a baby. No, I asked my wife whose wasn't. I mean, I don't know.
How you doing, Brett?
Oh, I'm back.
We're still on a live mic here.
Running clock, though, Kevin.
I don't know if y'all noticed this, but we stopped football for a minute so Brett can negotiate for a pink football. He's got a couple of young ladies at the house.
I've got 2 girls that would love to have 2 West Columbus pink footballs. You can
There's
believe
2
that.
things I want to have happen. I want your daughters to get a pink football, but I also want to see if we can give a shout out if you can get a cheerleader to get one in this window.
That would be awesome. I'm sure there's some cheerleaders that play softball in there. There's some cheerleaders that probably play softball over here. Yeah, I'm sure they can put it through that hole.
So West Columbus does not get the touchdown, brought back on a penalty. And here we go again. 4:04 to go, and West Columbus still trying to punch it in.
I'm giving it to Edie again. Let him redeem himself right here.
2nd and goal.
Oh, they're gonna toss
More
it
to
up in
pass
there.
on the
Fade
outside
pattern.
corner. Runs out of, just does not run out of real estate.
He comes down with it.
Hauled in by number 3 is Unique Kelly. More to Kelly on the back end line with inches to spare. If you watch this replay, he picks up the touchdown.
Great job by going up and getting the ball and had to redirect his body up in there. Good job. Good athletic play right there.
Inside out and just barely keeps his feet and taps his toes.
Let's see if Strickland can put it through again. I think this is going to be the 5th, 6th extra point for tonight. 7th, yeah. That's that math there coming out. Look at there.
8th, actually.
I didn't get that one.
Didn't get
Bad
it.
snap. Well, 6 for 7 ain't bad.
Not bad at
I'll
all.
take it.
Our score with 2:49 to go here in the 4th quarter. West Columbus 49, Trask 0. And a lot of good things to look at for West Columbus, 2:39 to go. And all signs point to Civitan Stadium. And, turn the lights out, lock the door, and it's going to be a war over in Tabor City between West Columbus and South Columbus. And you can hear it out in Fair Bluff and Tabor. Everybody's going to start chirping, and it's going to be a great atmosphere for football next Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to look at this West Columbus game here and get some takeaways, some negatives and positives, the only negatives that I could see is that they had a few more penalties tonight than maybe they had in the past previous games. And, you don't want to get to where you have a lot of penalties, especially when you play a good caliber team like South Columbus. So if you can keep the penalties down, keep your defensive line as stout as they are, it's going to be a really good game next week.
Again, right now, the important thing for West Columbus is they got this one in hand. Do not get ahead of yourself. You got to get in the film room on Monday because there's still a lot to correct, before you hit that conference game. Oh, wow. What a hit by number 40 there in the up back.
And I didn't see it. Maybe we'll get a replay.
Yeah, it's one of those where you stand there and look at them.
Somebody giving away some money.
50-50 winner.
Again, I'll announce this ticket number again. 732-184.
That's Ruby Graham giving me a shout out on the radio TV. One of my old teachers, good friend of mine.
Now, we hear if nobody claims the 50-50 winnings, they're donated to the broadcasting program.
That's what I'm screaming.
Please come to the home side press box.
Somebody from the other side got it. Somebody from Trask. Well, Trask did win something.
Yeah, nice to Warren to win something.
It's only fair that somebody from Trask win because everybody from West Columbus won tonight.
Everybody goes home a winner.
That's exactly right.
That is the second time this year I've been told that somebody from the visiting team has won the West Columbus 50-50. Somebody needs to tell them cheerleaders to sell them more on this side.
I won a 50-50 one time. It was only $5 in the pot.
Uh-huh.
So I won $3. No, $2.50. See, there's that math coming out again, Kevin. No, actually, we went to a Chicago Cubs game, and they do a 50-50 at Chicago Cubs game. $17,000 pot.
Wow. Our score, the final tonight, West Columbus with a 49-0 win over Trask. Brett, once again, all signs point to Vinegar Hill Friday night, 7 days away from probably one of the biggest football games in West Columbus recent memory as they travel to South Columbus with the opportunity, to play at South Columbus.
And I'm sure Coach Lamont will tell these guys, enjoy this tonight, celebrate this weekend, but Monday come to school ready to go to work. We got to work Monday through Thursday and get paid on Friday night.
And I'm telling you right now, it will make South Columbus' season, no matter what's happened the first 3 weeks, to knock off a hot West Columbus team.
Yeah, because, South Columbus is going to get tired of hearing, West Columbus this, West Columbus that, and that's going to be in the back of South Columbus's head. And it's sort of like the tides have changed a little bit this year with that.
So we are here we are here this week and had a great chance to enjoy homecoming. Congratulations to the new homecoming king and queen. And, great night. Denori Happy Feet Mac at the halftime was invited to the Blue-Gray All-Star game at Raymond James Stadium, over the holidays. So a lot of good stuff happening, a lot of up for the West Columbus football program. And you got to be happy for Lamont Williamson and the community of Fair Bluff and Sarah Gorda after a number of rough, lean years to really start to see some upside as this program starts to grow.
Yep, and I'm excited for them. Got a really good coaching staff over here. The kids have bought into the program. You can see the kids are out there. They believe in what he's teaching, and that's a lot of it. A lot of it is mental.
Jeff Axelberg going to join us here shortly. Jeff, you wouldn't mind stepping in just for a quick second? Okay. Jeff Axelberg, we've asked Jeff to join us because big doings here tomorrow at Viking Stadium. Jeff, talk to us a little bit first about tomorrow's event and talk to us a little bit about the West Columbus Youth Football Program and how that's influenced what we're seeing out here today.
Yeah, we started this back in 2016. The juniors on this team were the first class from that youth team. And basically the youth football, we're just teaching them the basics. So Coach Williamson and his staff, they can have, something to work with, and he's done a great job developing the talent.
You and I have had this conversation before. What you see on Friday nights is a lot of that is influenced not just here at the high school, but at Sarah Gorda, Evergreen, and Chadbourn. They really did a lot to really say we're going to invest in our young men in our community. And one of the things I know you're most proud of is the fact that they're about leading young men the right way, both in the classroom and on the athletic field. And it's showing in the quality of this, young West Columbus football program.
Absolutely, and it's all about character development. And they do a great job at the high school level, and we try to do our part when they start playing at age 7. And our big thing, we wanted to call it West Columbus Youth Football. We didn't want to call it Evergreen or Sarah Gorda or Chadbourn. Because all these guys are playing together when they get up here. And so when we did start this from scratch, we wanted to make sure all these kids were playing together when they were young. So I feel like it's paying off now.
Talk to me a little bit about tomorrow's event. A lot of good football to be played here at Viking Stadium. Only $3 to get in.
Yeah, only $3. The Youth Football Jamboree, we haven't been able to have youth football in this county since 2019. There's going to be teams from Whiteville, South Columbus, and us. We're proud we have almost 60 kids from the West Columbus communities that are playing for the West Columbus teams. 3 different age divisions. We have a 7- and 8-year-old team, 9 to 10, and 11, 12. And for $3 and beautiful weather and concessions, you can't beat it.
A special shout out to Sherman Axelberg, who's going to take care of that concession stand for you tomorrow. Hopefully you'll get a full crowd because, Brett aptly described this as the
we get no rec money compared to other communities, so we have to raise everything from scratch, and that's why we're doing the Jamboree tomorrow. But it's a great time for all the county teams to get together, and And everybody's going to be a winner tomorrow because we're finally able to play football since 2019. So.
Now, you've had a number of young men and young ladies come through West Columbus sports programs. Tell me, because you've been in this community a number of years, how gratifying it is to see West Columbus, Fairbluff, folks, coming from Sarah Gorda, Evergreen, Chaburn community, coming to support West Columbus again. Nice to see these Viking stands filled.
Oh, absolutely. The crowds are coming back, and it's just a testament as far as what Coach Williamson is doing. And like you said, we're seeing some crowds of youth football. The middle school team is starting to have some success, and it's all coming together. It's really all coming together, and it's just great to see, all the communities come together and support this program.
All right, Jeff Axelberg, if you get a chance, come see Jeff tomorrow. He will be here all day. And so support these young men, and especially these cheerleaders also. They also do a great job.
Absolutely, they sure do, and we appreciate them and everything Miss Tasha does. And come see us tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Be a beautiful day.
Once again, $3 to get in. The teams from Whiteville, South Columbus, West Columbus. Come see the future of Columbus County sports and Columbus County football. And believe me, if you mention Jeff's name, you may just get in for $4. All right, once again, Brett Burris, Kevin Toman, Jeff Axelberg, Kelly Jones, and the rest of the CCCA crew. We'll see you next week from Civitan Stadium for West Columbus at South on South's Homecoming.